21 Poe. You can stay here with Eva, Adina says to Judith. We are outside by the pump, where the dishes are drying in the grass. Says Judith, sobbing. Yes, you're too little. You'll just get scared and you can't walk far, Naomi agrees. I want to go. No, Judith, you're too little. Go help Eva and Esther. Why can Bo come and not me? Because she's a ghost. We need Bo. Now go away. Judith does not want to be a ghost and runs to Eva. 4 sisters cross the yard and climb the slope into the forest. Little Miriam with her tangled braids, Naomi, Adina, and Bo. We walk on the deer path. The deer come to visit us every dawn and dusk. Past the ripening blueberry bushes and the strawberries, which have been eaten. We climb and climb until we reach Eden, which is a glade of trampled green grass where moonlight falls at night and sunlight in the afternoon. Here sisters have built forts and huts. Here they have danced with the forest one night. This is Adina and Naomi's place in the world. Miriam and Bo can also be there sometimes. Adina wants to be a prince and a hero. She is always a man or a boy. Sometimes Robin Hood, sometimes a merman with a big splashing tail. When we are down in the lake swimming, sometimes a troll. Sometimes they make things up so that they scream with laughter and terror. Naomi paints me with charcoal around my eyes. I sit on a stump and watch while Adina fights and shoots with sticks for pistols, and Naomi screams in horror and hides deep inside the hut. She forgets that this is a game of her own invention, and Miriam and Adina have to comfort her. Then they play something that Miriam makes up instead, that they are unicorns. Miriam gallops peacefully at the edge of the clearing, but Adina and Naomi fight and wrestle until someone gets angry for real and starts crying. Sometimes I can't tell the difference between Adina and Theodore, the brother who died. Their souls are so similar, though one became a spirit and the other a girl. Adina is forced to wear a dress even though she feels mocked doing so and is rebellious. She was the only one who liked it when Dad shaved her hair. She looks like a brother, running bare-chested with her hair unkempt and just touching her shoulders, a warrior. Dad seems to know. He has a different language with Adina than he does with his other daughters. They see the same things when they look at the car engine or the new invention that Dad has cobbled together. They don't see what the sisters see in recipes and dresses and crying babies. You want to donate an organ, Esther said when Judith once cried for hours on end. You want to give her a kick in the rear end, Adina countered. Adina sees something funny in most things. She pretends that what is happening is funny and not scary and not painful. And then it's almost like that, a comic adventure, a crazy journey that we poor fools have ended up in. 11 is Adina. Naomi is 9. No, she is called Naomi. And she is as beautiful as my Esther, though her hair is long and golden brown, full of curls, and her eyelashes are thick and black. In another song than the one we are listening to, she was a big fairy tale horse running with rhythmic drum beats across the fairy tale land, and everything her eyes saw was strong, vulnerable, and beautiful. And Naomi was very sensitive when she was new and came to Big Tree and Yellow Bush. She used to play with Miriam. They both played nicely together. Naomi was nervous when she started first grade. She wanted to be as good as her big sisters, but she got so nervous that she went and hid behind a cupboard and refused to come out. But Adina, big, 2 years older, protector and warrior, made jokes about everything, so Naomi decided she wouldn't care either. Now she sees vampires, zombies, and demons in the forest, and she screams out everything she couldn't scream before. The roar travels through the trees and bounces off the mountains. Miriam looks terrified and grabs the wooden sword. Little Miriam, who is 7, is like Big Eva. They grew like two berries on the same tree in fairyland once. The only thing Miriam knows about herself and her life is that she should take care of those that need her. But where Eva always had a beautiful sadness, Miriam has an unshakable conviction. She is whole when she has her braids. Once a native woman, wife of a chief, mother of many chiefs. In spirit, if not in bone and blood, she still is. In Miriam's universe, people are good. As usual, the hunger comes. It is uncertain when we will get our food. I think about the hunger. It grows and grows like a train coming from the stomach, and I almost want to say, hungry. I wiggle my tongue and carefully stick it out between my teeth. But I lie down instead. The grass caresses my face. Something scratches the back of my neck. The branches whisper against the sky. Let's go then, says Adina. Bo, come. We are tired warriors and a ghost, going home for dinner. We are walking on crackling branches, but Adina stops. She stiffens. We also hear something. Help, says a faint little voice somewhere. Naomi shouts, quiet. Judith? Adina says, Judith. Yes, Judith cries somewhere. Where? We must find her. Little hard legs trudge through the forest. Mosquito-bitten arms weave between branches. We find a little girl in a hole between two boulders. Adina laughs. What are you doing down there? Down inside the hole in the ground, Judith glares sourly between wet eyelashes. They pull her up. Judith, how did you get there? Adina asks. I was supposed to be with you, Judith shouts. Sweet, says Miriam, pulling her close. Everyone wants to hug Judith, pull and hold, until she laughs. She gets to ride on Adina's back, and we go home. Judith is a mermaid from the kingdom of peace, with amnesia and love for everyone. "22. Bo. Eva sits and carves notches in the table with her fingernail. But when will they come and get us? Eva's legs jump under the table. Why do you worry? It doesn't help. Freedom is something so unfamiliar to Eva that it torments her. She knows that one day her father will come. He always does. So what does it matter that the forest is peaceful and beautiful? It has become darker in the evenings. We have no food, so Lisa and Ada go to ask if they can have a tab at the store. They return a few hours later with full bags. But the joy of food soon fades. There are 2 great days, and everyone is in a bad mood, crying and fighting, running around, kicking rocks. It must be August now. School is starting. Lisa tried to call home from the grocery store. No one answered. But the forest is full of blueberries. They grow everywhere, and Esther bakes blueberry muffins. And then the sun comes back. Not quite as hot as before, but still shimmering and supportive. Eva has got into the habit of going down for a swim every morning. If we have woken up early and gone out, we have seen her way out there in the water. We don't know why she is out there or what it means, because she does it alone, just alone. But now everyone goes swimming. We lie in the sun on the dock and dry our bodies. No one covers up. No one has anything to hide anymore. Down here on the dock together, one body merges into the other. The sun stays for a few more days. We are marked by this place, by the tufts of grass in the meadow, the mist over the grass at dawn when you go out to pee, and the blades cling to your ankles, by the spruce tops in the damp scent of dusk, and by the lake. We smell like lake water and grass, and lie down on the dock, singing and rocking. Send away Miriam and Judith to pick blueberries. Hello? We look up. A man is walking down the grassy plain. The big ones pull their knees up to their chins and cross their feet to cover themselves. He is wearing a work suit and a cap. He greets them. Yes, hello. You're down here bathing, I see. Yes, this is my cabin. I thought I'd look in and see that everything as it should be. My name is Leif Arne. Do you have everything you need? At the store they said you are short of food. I called your father and he said that you could have a tab at the store. He will come next week, he said, and pay. Sisters think and take this in, each in their own way. I left some things for you on the stairs. There are plenty of fish in the lake, so I put a fishing rod up there and potatoes from the field. Yeah, I won't disturb you. Glad to see you're doing well. Thank you, shouts Adina. Eva lies down again. Her breasts float out to the sides, and the hair between her legs is dark and thick. Miriam looks at her in a contemplative way. Lisa remains sitting with her knees against her chin. You're ladies, says Adina wryly. All girls get breasts, says Ada. You will too. I won't, Adina says. She's shocked. But look, you have Adina's breasts, Lisa teases. Haven't, Adina says. I haven't. Come, says Eva, pulling her knees up to her chin and spreading her arms. Adina stumbles over to her, a skinny boy with 2 buttons. Come, I'll help you, I promise. Eva holds Adina and rocks her as she usually does with Judith. Leif Arne's bag contains potatoes, sugar, flour, eggs and butter, matches and blankets. The fishing rod is leaning against the wall. There is a float and a hook at the end of the line. Ada is going fishing. Bo can come along, just Bo. That's what Ada says now. But I want to fish, says Adina. Go in and help with the food. You never do that. Come on, Bo. I follow Ada. We go to the part of the beach with the least rocks, where the water washes over soil and green lush grass. We will dig for worms. You put it on the hook and the fish eat it. We dig with our fingers and the smell of soil rises thickly. It is moist and cool. Do you find anything? I only find wood lice. They're nice, aren't they? Yes, in a way. Ada knows. She's very important. Bo, I know why you don't talk, but you should know that with me you can talk. I'm weird too, Bo. We're the same. I want you to know that. You're my favorite sister, Bo. Yes. Ada is the big sister, 12 years old. She is tall, much taller than Bo, and she finds a fat earthworm and grabs it with her thumb and forefinger and threads it onto the hook, throws it in the water. Dusk has already begun to fall, and the rocks on the beach are dark, as is the lake. Ada stands very still, so that the only thing Bo hears is breath and the soft washing of the lake. Then Ada quickly pulls in the line, and there's a shiny silver fish on the hook. Ada reels it in, puts it on the grass, takes a stone and hits it on the head, and it's not a fish anymore. It's dinner. Thank you, fish. Ada finds another earthworm, and I think that Ada will be 106 years old. Determined. She will have great-great-grandchildren. Bo, says Ada. Her stoic little figure is facing the water. The spirits fly across the sky and sneak around houses. I smile, pressing my lips to my teeth. Yes, I almost say. I will always watch over you, little Bo, says Ada, pulling the line and float. Chapter 21 and 22 comments. This is the story of Nine Sister. It is a work of fiction, but everything comes from somewhere and has existed somehow. Bo is a poet. She is also dissociation personified. And where does one go when one leaves the body? Both the body and the present moment. What happens is that consciousness expands. And what then is consciousness? Consciousness is probably something we don't know very much about yet. Studies show that autistic children can be mind readers and that the brain can produce genius following an injury. After a brain injury, a person may start speaking in a different dialect from the one they had previously. Then there are young children who recount details of past lives and can name friends, relatives, and events. Quantum physics tells us about the symbiosis of particles, etc. Bo's poetry further describes these various aspects. Gender identity is also explored here to some extent. What is masculine and feminine, and how does this relate to physicality on the one hand and identity on the other? My male gender identity has developed over the years. Some children can say as early as 2 years old that they are something other than their biological sex. I myself didn't feel secure enough to think about who I was or wanted to be. No one spoke to me directly about anything, and no one ever talked about transgender people. But with the onset of puberty, something happened to me, and today I know it's called gender dysphoria. For me, it was a conflicted experience, of course. I knew my body was wrong, but I didn't want to be masculine, because men were dangerous and scary. Some parts of me, or personalities, saw themselves as girls and nothing else, whilst for others it didn't matter. Deep down, I wanted to be a girl, because I identified with my friends and sisters. But for some reason, I felt more relaxed around boys, felt at home. Later on, when I became a young adult, I just wanted to be normal and fiercely pushed away any tendencies that leaned towards the masculine. But I could never really function or feel true to myself with a feminine expression. The more I healed from the trauma of abuse, the clearer the masculine side within me became, and I began to see myself as a man, even though on the outside I was perceived as a woman. But we all have masculine and feminine sides, all in vast variety and on a spectrum. That is why some parts of me had a female body image and so called feminine traits due to various circumstances. A few words about Bo's mutism as well. She is a part of me that is true and strong in itself. She does not adapt in the way other children do. Instead, she protects herself. One way she protects herself is by not using her voice or speech. When Bo has taken over or been very present, it has been impossible to speak, and besides, my voice and speech have been affected by trauma. Over the years, we have learned to work together so that speech works. But there are often strong impulses to switch off the voice. It's like pressing a button, actually. Switch off, switch on. Bo is loving, but she has strong boundaries. But the voice is needed as a tool. She understands that now.